Hi, welcome back to Impromptu Sprints.
Sometimes it happens.
It happened. So we were supposed to have boozy sprints today, and it was like literally 5 minutes after we got off sprints, where I like hyped up these sprints. Kyle was like, my car broke down.
No.
An hour away.
Oh boy.
So I was like, cool, let's move into Monday, and I'll just sprint sprint normally, because I knew that if I didn't, I would just sit on the couch and do nothing.
What a mood.
Right? And I was like, I have too many things that I need to get done.
What a mood, what a mood, what a mighty big mood.
Right? I'm like, I want to clean today, and I can do that if I have an audiobook and I have sprints.
Yep.
So I was just like, hey, who wants to come back on and sprint? What are you up to today?
I haven't decided yet.
That's fair.
But I'm reading this book.
Okay. I really love that cover.
Isn't it pretty? The book is good too. This is definitely one that I think works really well as a crossover.
Okay.
Because if you hadn't told me this was YA, I would think that this was potentially it. Like this was because it's all about it's much more about the politics and all of that than it is about her coming of age.
Oh, okay.
So
it's on the YA side of the bridge between, you know what I mean? Like you have like new adult, like City of Dusk was like on the adult side of the YA bridge.
I would like it. It does feel very similar kind of in vibe to City of Dusk.
Okay.
In the way that it's about young characters. Like I'm pretty sure she's under 18 and all of that.
Right.
But it feels like an adult fantasy.
And
it especially helps this is in third person. So
that always helps.
Yeah.
I have like 30 minutes left of my my Hallmark After Dark book.
Yeah.
That I was like going to try to finish before the sprint started and I didn't get to. So I'm going to do that in the first sprint, and then I don't know if I want to do Black Sheep or Midnight is the Dark. No, I need to get to Midnight is the Darkest Hour because I'm not at 50% of that one yet.
Nice. I need to clean this desk off. I bought a trash can for my office instead of having to go into my bedroom to throw trash away.
There you go. I cleaned my desk this morning, but I want to clean the rest of the room today.
Yeah. I was like, I could spend $2 on a trash can, or I could continue walking to a different room in the house when I have trash to throw out.
Work smart, not hard.
We never said I was smart.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish I don't even know, The Fall of Us by Kennedy Fox, who actually I think is an author tuber duo.
Okay, interesting.
I remember now. The thing is that like Kennedy is like there's so many authors that use that pen name. And so I feel like it was an author duo that like was on Julie's sprints maybe at one point. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's the same people because it sounds familiar. And then I'll go back to thrillers and horrors.
Yeah.
Hello, Ryan. Hello. I'm going to be reading which one is that? Court of Silver Flames.
Silver Flames.
It's like look at him and I'm like, it's one of those.
It's a one.
Yeah, that's the new one, I think. So I was sprinting at 5 a.m. My butt went back to bed. Fair. As we discussed, I can't do time zone math. It's fine.
Usually it's me that's messing up the time zone math there.
It wasn't so much that I was like messing it up. I just literally did not do it. I saw 8 a.m. and was like, yeah, that's fine.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, hey, is that your time or my time?
Yeah, no, I was just like, yeah, it's fine. This Woven Kingdom, read that earlier this year. I liked the first one way better than the second, but loved the first one, and I agree, I like the crossover.
It's a trilogy, so I wouldn't be surprised if like the middle one is the weakest in because middle books are hard. Like quite often, middle books are hard to get right because you need them
Right.
a lot of the time because there's key character development that needs to happen between book 1 and book 2. But a lot of the time, it's hard to keep the pacing in a middle book because you're trying to do so much.
Right, because it's a lot more character development, and then also you don't want to get to the conclusion too soon.
Yeah. I think what you end up seeing some of the most successful kind of middle books is where the author isn't afraid to do something completely different than like what the first book was.
Right.
You know? Was it a movie, or I think it was a movie trilogy that like the first movie was one genre, the second movie was another genre, and the third movie was a completely different genre, and they all worked together.
Interesting.
But yeah, but then you wouldn't change genres, but I think that because there's so much world building and character development that happens in those books, those tend to be the focus of those books, and for a lot of people that doesn't work as well as having plot developments.
Right.
So, because people want external plot, not internal plot.
Right.
Which is something that when people are like, nothing happened in this book, I'm like, we did all of this stuff, but it was all happening internally in the character.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there were no fighting dragons.
Exactly.
just fighting yourself.
So yeah, it's
I'll be reading Lured by the Dusk. That feels like a dark, smutty romance, like a Halloween romance. Could be wrong, but that's the vibe I'm getting.
It feels like a vampire romance.
That could also be.
Lured and Dusk.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. I've read the Near Witch. That one is I think that's kind of a low-key Pied Piper retelling, and I kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite V. Schwab, but I enjoyed it.
It's her debut, right?
Yeah, it's her debut. And for a debut, that is like I've read better, but also
it was a very strong debut, but also like look at who she is.
Yeah.
I am excited to read Fragile Threads of Power just because the last book that I read from her was Addie LaRue.
Yeah.
So like this book has been 3 years in the making?
3 years. This book's been a while in the making because I think she announced it well before, but I also be careful with that because Addie LaRue is a very different vibe than her.
No, I know that, but even like I'm just mean like in writing style.
Yeah.
Like just even in craft.
Between the two, the writing style, I wouldn't be surprised because she's got a very specific, she's very good at changing up the writing style she has to the story that she's trying to tell.
Right.
So I wouldn't, because
no, I'm not trying to compare them. I'm just saying she's that good of an author.
Yeah. And the first 3 books are that good too. So
I'm just waiting for the Vicious third book.
I haven't read those yet.
Those are probably other than they're not as good as Addie LaRue. That's a lie. But personally, I thought they were better than at least the first Darker Shade of Magic. But I just like the whole idea of morally great characters.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that it's more realistic when you have, because something that I think people are having a hard time struggling with is that good people can be wrong about shit. You can be a good, on the right side of history about a whole bunch of other stuff and still be wrong about something. Mm-hmm. And you can have terrible people who on this one thing are on the right side of history.
Right?
It's really
you're the logic.
To kind of just humanity is not black and white. It's not good or evil. There's a lot of gray.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah.
We'll be grading today. Sad I missed a ton of the 24-hour sprints due to getting my COVID booster. Oh, well, I'm glad that you are now boosted. And
I got mine 3 weeks ago.
I got mine the week before we went to Fiji because I was I'm not getting COVID.
Yeah. I primarily got it because I work with an older population.
Yeah.
And also a lot of the time when we're out when we're out with them, it's just easier if I'm not masked when I'm with them.
Correct.
And they're not masked a lot of the time.
Right.
So it'd be one thing if they were also wanting to be masked, but if I'm meeting one-on-one with someone and they're not sick, I'm fine. So, but
Reading The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. Nice. I'm going to try to read House of Hunger by her this month. If I can get to it. No other side effects besides the sore arm, so I'll take it. Nice.
Yeah, that was all that I had for my booster.
I weirdly did not get any side effects. I wasn't even, I mean, I'm just always tired. So like it could have been a side effect.
Yeah. And I mean, the sore arm is less to do with the vaccine and more to do with the fact that you have something getting injected into your arm.
Well, that and because I did the flu shot at the same time, and that needle is stupidly large.
They wouldn't give me the flu shot.
Oh, that's a bummer.
They're like, do you have any of this, or this? And I was like, no. And they're like, well, we can't, or no, I asked for the pneumonia shot. And they're like, we can't give that to you. And I'm like, my doctor wants me to get it because I have asthma.
Yeah. No, I just did the COVID and the flu shot.
Well, you're not high risk for pneumonia.
No.
So the flu, pneumonia scares me more than the flu does, because when you hear of someone dying from their asthma and it's like an adult, a lot of the time you can trace it back to pneumonia. They got pneumonia.
Right.
So, and that's it's still something that can take you out, and you get it worse when you have asthma.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
and if it like you have pneumonia and something else, like your body is shot.
Yeah. So, and my asthma is pretty well managed, but it's tried to take me out a time or two.
Yeah, well, let's not do that. I just got home from book shopping. Nice. Did you get anything fun? Hoping to sit down and read Ghost Squad.
That's a good book.
I haven't read that one.
It's a middle grade, and one of my favorite things about it is that it has, I think Clarabelle does a fantastic job of figuring out how to make it so the children are the ones that have to do the thing, but still not cutting out the adults.
Unlike that other book that we read. Because I remember, I think you had just read Ghost Squad,
Ghost Squad recently.
But right before we had read, what was that book called?
Saving Lucas Biggs.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. And you were like, "This is how not to do this."
Yeah, this is the dumbest thing. What for Ghost Squad, there is a very specific reason why the children have to be the one to undo the spell.
Right.
And the adults are still allowed to help. In Witchlings, there's again a reason why, the children are the ones that have to do the thing, and some of the adults in their life don't like it, but they're also there are political and societal reasons for why they can't do it. They have to do it. So, anyways,
yeah. Hello should pop in a little bit. The bookstore had a long line when I got there. Well, I mean, book sales.
Oh, that book sale, especially if you went on the first day, that book sale, it's the county library sale.
Oh, nice.
So all of the books for that county's main library, all of them go into that warehouse, and people in Gainesville know. They know that that's happening. It's a big event. So,
going to finish God Killer by Hannah Kaner. How are you liking this one? I'm really worried it's going to end up on the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I have not heard great things about it. I've heard that conceptually speaking, it's great, but then the execution is a C-.
I'd be interested.
But it was in Goodreads' upcoming anticipated fall fantasy.
Yeah.
And the cover is just so pretty. But when it came out, it immediately went to Barnes & Noble's BOGO table. It didn't even go at a new release.
Wow.
I can see why it's getting mixed reviews, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. It's not long. So even though if I do have to read it, it's not the end of the world.
Interesting.
It's a gothic Pied Piper story. The art is stunning. Although I'm not a fan of the new cover. The red one, I know it matches everything else, but I really just like the burgundy and the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Hope everyone is well. Listening to the Book of Magic and making a pair of pants. Fun. My goal is to finally finish Midnight is the Darkest Hour. Samesies. I would love to finish that book today. I think I can. Hello, Reading the Diviners. I hope you love it. Last year they came out November 15th was when the first round came out, so I imagine it will be sometime in that week. It'd be really nice if they would tell you ahead of time so that I can plan my videos.
They probably don't tell you just in case they need a little bit extra time.
Yeah. I'm planning on doing another Goodreads snubs video where these books should have been on the Goodreads list. Because there will be some.
Yeah. Oh, there always are. You can only get 20 books on there. There's always like something that's on, like, that's the thing that drives me. I mean, like, I understand, like, it's hard to do something like that. Like, it's based on what's popular, not on what's actually good. So I don't want to push play.
Yep. That video is generally to highlight marginalized authors that don't get put on the Goodreads choice.
So yeah, I don't know. I wish we knew more about like what their criteria for what ends up on the Goodreads Choice Awards is.
There was a FAQ. Hold on.
Was
I
there?
didn't click on it. Hold on a second. We'll go. Oh, it's just rules and eligibility.
Yeah.
Analyze statistics from the millions of books added, rated, and reviewed on Goodreads to nominate 20 books in each category. Opening round official nominees must have an average rating of 3.5 or higher at the time of launch. A book may be nominated in no more than one genre category, but can also be nominated in debut category. Only one book in a series may be nominated per category. An author may receive multiple nominations within a single category if he or she has more than one eligible series or more than one eligible standalone book.
Interesting. And see, that makes it hard because, like, part of the reason authors of color's books get snubbed is because people read them, don't get them, and give them a low rating. So even when the craft is good.
Yep.
Even when
I can't relate.
Even when the craft is better than some of the books on that list, like.
Yeah. Still tired from the 24-hour readathon. I didn't stay up all 24 hours, so.
Neither did I.
Just plain vibes and white people vibes. You joke, but you're not wrong.
I mean, the nice thing is that because I'm doing what I'm looking into is the YA fiction section.
A lot of that is an author of color.
It's much more diverse when it comes to.
So yes and no. Yes, like it is diverse in the 20, but when you get down to the 10, it's less diverse.
10, yeah.
And then, like, we can already tell, like, Cassandra Clare is going to be the winner.
Yeah.
Like, there's no argument there. Although a lot of people didn't like that book, so like maybe
potentially she's going up against potentially going up against a couple of bigger names because you also have The Stolen Heir in there, which is Holly Black.
Oh, that's true.
And I don't know how people liked that one, but like, is she probably going to win? Yes, but there are some I think that could potentially beat her out, depending.
Right.
Especially considering how many people were like, "Oh my God, why Chain of Thorns?" I haven't read it yet. So.
All right. Well, should we sprint?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a cookie.
That sounds lovely. I might get some ice cream. All right. Well, then I'll see you in 45 minutes.
See you.
Hello, welcome back. Hello.
Hi.
I finished my book. 3 stars.
Oh, what, Midnight?
No. Fall of Us.
Which one?
The Fall of Us. It was one of my Stuff Your Kindle books. It was good, and then I feel like they got to the third act conflict and got bored, so they like rushed it. How did that sprint go for y'all?
Hold on, I'm mathing. Let's see. I got 26 pages read.
Nice. Are you listening to it on audio or physically reading it?
I'm listening to it on audio, but I also have the physical book. So I was just sitting
Okay.
here reading along.
Nice. What are you up to today, Rainy?
Well, I got back halfway through from the sale, and I was not that impressed with it this time. I feel like April is always, they have it twice a year, and the April sale is always way better than the October sale for books. I don't know why.
Interesting.
But it was okay. So I got more children's books than regular books.
Well, they didn't used to do it. It used to only be in April.
Yeah, now they do October too.
Nice.
But it's not good. And then I got this wild idea that I needed to reorganize my entire bookshelf, and that was not a good decision because now I can't go back.
Oh no. It's one of those projects.
I don't know. I like, there's some shelves that I'm like, yeah, this shelf looks great, and then there's other shelves I'm like, I don't like that, and I was like, today you need to fix it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that probably when I decorate for Christmas. I'll probably do that. But yeah. Are you listening to an audiobook or anything?
Oh, yes. What am I reading? I'm reading Knight's Edge. Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I'm 26% in. And it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Is it a thriller? Horror?
It's a literary horror, I think.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about this.
Yeah, the vampire mom something.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't know. I have to see how I feel further in.
Fair. Those literary type books, you're always like, I don't actually know what is going on until about 75% of the way into the book. And then you're like, oh, this is why we talked about that. It's fair.
Anyways.
Yes. Anyways, read 25 pages of that sprint. Very nice. Made it to 78% of Midnight is the Darkest Hour. You will definitely finish this today.
I need to start. Now I have 4 days left with the audiobook.
Yeah, you should read that.
Good.
It's not long.
No.
Just joining in, reading This Wicked Curse. Nice. Read 11 pages of The Year of the Witching. Are you enjoying it? I have that one on my shelf.
I do too.
Got to page 318, decided to start another pair of pants and cuff them both later. Fair. And then decided on dinner. What did we decide? Hello. Joined halfway listening to Madame Bovary.
Ooh.
Nice. Read 50 pages.
Nice.
The major conflict has been revealed in The Curse of the Chalian. Very intriguing. Very nice. This is the new Percy Jackson book.
No, that's Chalice of the Gods.
Same thing.
Was it Fairy Crate or Illumicrate? They just showed like the prettiest editions that they're releasing of the whole like series, and I was like, those are really pretty.
They're Illumicrate, and I'm just like, who do I know that has an Illumicrate subscription?
I mean, maybe I'll have one by then.
Potentially.
But also, I was able to purchase the Swordcatcher one without having a subscription, and I thought that one would have gone fast.
It's really funny to me that like they do these pre-orders. Why have the stock limited? Why not just like say, hey, you can order from here to here, and everyone that orders this is guaranteed to get a copy. You know?
Why? Because they've already been printed.
Well, but that's the thing, because you still have to wait several months for them.
Oh, see, I didn't. I think I purchased it in September, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe end of August, And by then, it definitely would have already been printed.
No, yeah, I've gotten multiple special editions from them, and it's like the ones that I've gotten, at least, it's always been like, oh, you're going to have to wait like X amount of months before you get it. And I'm
Yeah,
just like, it would just make so much more sense if they did these limited editions, and instead of having a printed number, they just said anyone who orders from this date to this date gets a copy, and they go based on that, like how many people placed orders versus how many copies they have.
I
Although
have
they
a
probably-
feeling that they likely ordered a certain amount a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
boy.
You know what I mean? Because most supply chain stuff, especially things like that, they're several years in advance. At least like the order is placed. Now, may not be done by then, but the order is placed way far in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why they don't.
Saying I'd be willing to wait longer if I didn't have to worry about fighting everyone like the Taylor Swift tickets.
Well, there's also
So-
like a whole FOMO thing, and like it drives up the demand for it if you
I
don't know that
understand
there's
that.
only a
I
certain
understand
amount.
that. I just think if you give them a date deadline, you might be able to get more sales. Is my thing, potentially.
Yeah.
So.
Just joined, working on setting up my planner for the next week and got dinner ordered. Very nice. Sandwiches. That's a good option. So you can focus on reading. Important. That's right. Lewis McAllister. Okay. Oh. 2001. That's good luck with that one. Loved House of Hunger, also by Alexis Henderson. One of my auto-buy authors. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, that is the end of the comments. So let me reset the timer. And we'll read again. Since someone doesn't want to talk. Or she does want to talk.
He does want to talk. I'm over here like, oh, I recognize all of this. I have done all of this with my nieces and nephew.
No, I didn't want her to be loud. She's like,
It's fine. She has opinions.
we got chill.
I held a screaming baby for like an hour. Once you've done that, it doesn't. Nothing phases you.
It's fair.
You're just like, it's a crying child. Cool.
Cool. All right. Well, then I will see you all in 45 minutes.
All right.
Hello, welcome back. Do I sound like a robot? Okay, good. My AirPods accidentally connected to my computer, and I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad. I read 9%.
I'm trying to remember where I left off. I think I read 10%. I'm not liking this book.
Oh no. Put it down. Put it down. Pick something else up. You only have a week left of spooky season.
I know, but I only have 2 books left till I hit my Goodreads goal, and I'm already 45% into it. So I'm like, come on.
Yeah, but do you want to spend that much time reading the other half of it?
I don't know. Plus, like, I was reading it only for the buddy read for the readathon I'm doing, and I was doing so good on this readathon. I finished all the prompts, and this is my last one I have to read. And I'm the only one not liking it though, because everyone else is like, "Oh, it's so good, so great," and I'm like, "We did not read the same book.
We're not reading the same book.
Not reading the same book."
That is fair.
So I don't know. I should put it down. I should. I don't know if that means I will.
Fair. That's fair. Margaret, how'd you do? Unmute yourself.
I read 26 pages.
Nice. Are you still enjoying it?
I am. We got a little Pride and Prejudice up in here. So,
Ooh.
like, these are 2 of the horniest teenagers. They're in
You're
the
like,
room
oh, and
together.
there is the YA.
They are in a room together one time, have this really bantery conversation, and then they're making out. And then they're like, oh, wait, we shouldn't do this because your grandfather wants to kill me. So maybe we...
You're like, there's the YA.
There's a little bit... I mean, I could also see this happening in an adult novel, but...
And is this Woven Kingdom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to read that. I have a nice, pretty Illumicrate edition because
Oh, nice.
when I wanted to join Illumicrate, that was the book that you can't skip the first month.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I'm liking it. I'm still enjoying it. I can see it's gotten a little, like, it is a little bit ruminative where, like, both of our main characters are just so conflicted internally, and so we spend a lot more time on that than I think we need to.
Mhm.
But I still am liking it. So.
Hello. I'm going to be reading the novella Heart Haunt Havoc by Freydis Moon. What do you think of that one? I've heard good things about it. Got 0 reading done. Got a text from my mom with a picture of a flower her sister sent from a different country, and they wanted it identified. Got to go down the rabbit trail.
Nice.
Very nice. Read 27 pages at page 47. Forgot how quick this book reads. Nice. We love it when that happens. Oh no. Let's see.
Also, I'm really at that terrible point in the organization process where there's like 50 piles of books on the floor.
Oh no. I also am going through, don't ask me why I decided to do this, but I'm going through all of my old videos and privating like every single one of them.
That's okay.
I was just like, I don't need these on my channel anymore. It's older than 3 years. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist. Another 25 pages, which is a little over 50%, and Fed the Toddler. Nice. Husband just got home with Chipotle for dinner. Oh, that sounds really good.
Oh, I can't eat.
Nice.
Chipotle.
Really?
I've gotten sick from it too many times, including very bad pregnant times. So I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, never again.
that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. Got to 86%. You're so close.
Nice.
Hello.
I'm assuming that's in reaction to the horny teenagers comment.
Probably. that feels like it fits. Good so far. Trans Exorcist in Haunted House. Nice. I didn't realize it was a novella. That's exciting. A couple of chapters. It's getting spicier. Nice. Oh, I keep yawning.
I'm sorry.
What I
It's
should
been a
have done
sleepy
is take
day.
a nap in the sprint break, but I didn't. But that's fine. Yeah. I can't talk about my book, and it's annoying that I can't talk about it, but I don't want to give it away.
What about the book you're reading now?
Yeah.
No.
Because I'm doing a choose your own adventure vlog where I will read the first half of 2 books, and then you'll click on the video that you think I'll like the book better, like of each one, and then I'll finish the book. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
So
have
like
to
at
see
the end, instead of like having my normal end cards, it'll be like this book or this book. And you'll click on the one that you think that I like more, or that I am going to like more at the end. And then it's just going to like be a little maze.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. It's not my idea. Chandler did it last year.
Chandler, what, Ainsley?
I think it was last year that she did it. And I was like, that's an interesting idea. Listen, it's a lot more work than I thought it was.
Sure. That's cool though. I saw a readathon that was like that kind of, except for it was like you finished up whatever book you were reading, and then like if it was like different prompts, like if you loved it, if you hated it, if it was in the middle, if it was in this, and then you clicked whatever video matched with it, and you got a prompt that was different for like the next one.
Oh, really?
I know. I liked that one.
That's
I thought
an idea.
when I was doing with making mine, and then I was like, I don't know, but I really like
That's
that.
an idea.
I know. I like it.
That could be an interesting idea for Face Off.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Because I got to do something like it's like varied, like so. Amazing Readathon. That's the problem with these like secret readathons is that like I have to do it so different, like similarly enough that people still want to participate, but different enough that they're not going to expect what's coming.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, last year she did it this way.
Yeah.
So I have to come up with new and inventive ideas. I have one idea, one like main idea, but it's I think it's gonna work really well, but it's gonna make me come up with at least 50 prompts.
Wow. I thought it was hard enough coming up with my 9.
I mean, I came up with 150. And
I know. I was like, I'll just copy your Eris ones.
You have plenty of. Just start now, Brianna. You have plenty of time.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, when I needed prompts, I think I went to because I'm in Gabby's Patreon, and she had like her like people recommend her 1,000,001 prompts, and I just took the whole list and was like, yeah, let's just make a little spreadsheet. So when I need
The city prompts are easy, not easy. They are fun to come up with because I will literally go and read like 10 interesting facts about whatever city. And then like I come up with a prompt from that list.
Yeah.
Because then they kind of feel like they match.
Yeah.
But this other thing is not going to be city specific.
Nice.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
It's unfortunate.
Mhm.
You'll figure it out, though.
Yeah. Oh, from the book that Margaret's reading right now. Yes. It's only 159 pages. I did not realize that. That's maybe I could fit it in this week because I definitely have time to do that. I was like, I still have like 12 books I want to finish this month.
Oh yeah, I need to finish a lot of books before.
I am living in the Lululand. I mean, coming from experience, the month before you start a readathon, you don't read.
What
I
did I do since I know all of my own prompts? I was like, oh, I can plan my reading month and I can figure out this is what I'm gonna read. And
yeah. Well, just because because of how much I had to do in July, I did not read any. Like it was a really bad reading month for me.
yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. During the next sprint, I have to finish making dinner. Nice. At least like May is always a slow reading month for me for some reason. Don't know why.
February is for me.
Oh, February is like usually a good reading month for me.
I don't
know why. The fewer amount of days I read more books. I don't know how that works. But maybe I need to try to do 30 and 30 next month.
Ooh.
Margaret, you want to do this with me since we got Goodreads stuff to do?
I want to, but I know there is no possible way that I would be able to.
Fair.
Unless I did like 30 manga.
Which would be kind of a waste of time because that's not the category.
That's not what I need to read.
Yeah. But I'm like over here thinking like, what if I haven't read 15 of the 20 books?
I'm hoping I will have read at least a few of them by the time we get there.
Hopefully, but like I don't think that I will have.
So
like I don't think I will have read Swordcatcher by then. I'll have read Bookshops and Bone Dust because I'm going to try to read that because I have the audio arc and it archives on publish date. Yeah, I'm really worried. And then I won't have read Hellbent. That'll be one that's on there.
For what, Goodreads?
Yeah.
Are you doing fantasy?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, because I'm a glutton for punishment, apparently.
I saw that. I was like, nope, I think I'll just read romance.
Yeah. I've done romance the last, I think, 2 years. I definitely did it last year. I think I did it the year before, or I tried to do it the year before, and it didn't really work.
But then I was like, oh, maybe I should just read like the winner of each category. That could be fun.
And you would have more time.
I would have more time.
Because it wouldn't have to like come out right around the time that the winner is announced.
Yeah.
That's what
you would have like in the but... Yeah. That's also an option. But then you have to read books that like you don't actually want to read.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Historical fiction.
It depends on which historical fiction, because I don't know. I mean,
Taylor Jenkins Reid didn't have a book come out this year, so actually it's really up in the air.
Kristen Hanna, though?
Did she?
I think she did. I thought she did, which I would read her.
This is true.
I thought she did, or she has one coming out.
I don't know. That's a good thing.
Well, silly.
Why is that still open?
Oh, it comes out in 2024.
Gotcha.
Dang it. Well, then I don't know. You know, I don't really want to read. Yeah, no, I don't want to read historical fiction, honestly.
Right.
I mean, wait to see who the winners are and then decide. That's typically...
Yeah, for sure. I think there was a historical fiction article that came out.
Article or book?
Well, like one of the Goodreads articles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out where fantasy romance is going to end up in Goodreads. You know? Because, like...
Well, Fourth Wing's going to end up in fantasy, right?
Fourth Wing will end up in fantasy, I imagine. But, like, The Hurricane Wars was really pushed this year. And then I think Ashes of the Star-Cursed King was a 2023 book, so that one could be on there. I can't find the historical fiction one.
That's not sure.
But Shay is doing historical fiction for Goodreads, and so she's been reading quite a bit of them.
See, it doesn't measure any of your fingers.
Well, even if I was to read romance, I'm like, well, I already know what's going to win that category. There's no way Happy Place does not win.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
No way.
That or
Especially because Colleen Hoover didn't put out a book.
Well,
because I think Colleen Hoover could have beat Book Lovers had she not had 2 books.
Yeah. Like, honestly, it'll be Happy Place and then Yours Truly, and then I don't know what else. But
I don't know if Yours Truly will. People didn't like that book. And people didn't really like it. And Part of Your World did not make it into the top 20 or into the top 10.
Oh, it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but Allie Hazelwood would.
Allie Hazelwood will be up there.
I love theoretically.
Brianna, did you see the article, the big sci-fi, big fantasy and sci-fi books of fall that they've got on Goodreads?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just making sure.
The one that came out in like August or like
Yeah, the one that came out in August.
Yeah.
There's the historical fiction one. Let's see. New historical fiction book set in the 1990s.
Yeah, but that one has like Taylor Jenkins Reid on it, which was last year.
Okay, so that one's kind of like they're not saying this year, they're not saying new releases.
Oh, it's only 116 pages. Please be in there. Please be in there.
What?
T. Kingfisher had a novella.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just read it. Thornhedge.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's only 100 pages. So
Yeah. It was really good. I liked it.
Amazing Readathon is going to happen in June in 2024.
Oh, nice.
Yep. That way, Crystal can have August back for Pick Pong.
Oh, cool.
And also that way I can do it during Pride Month.
Honestly, I need to change mine for next year too and do like July or something when I'm not teaching.
Yeah, but Clue just feels cold in fall. The winners are always just the titles people most often hear of. This is true.
Yep.
This is the problem. This is why we know Cassandra Clare is winning YA fantasy. Fourth Wing is winning adult fantasy.
She's winning
And
YA
when-
fantasy. She might win adult fantasy too.
Do you really think it's going to beat Fourth Wing though?
I think it's going to make a lot of hard choices for people who like Cassandra Clare.
Maybe,
There's
but
there's a lot of crossover there.
also, depending on whether or not she decides to like come out and be a decent human and like retract some of the things that she said, maybe not.
Rebecca Yarros or
Yeah.
Wait, what is she say? What am I missing?
she's a Zionist.
She's just she was raised evangelical and she's a military wife.
Wow.
Couple that with what's going on in Israel and Palestine right now.
Oh.
She's
Well,
not
but
on the right side of history.
I was like, this is my when somebody was like, Rebecca Yarros is a Zionist, I was like, this is my shocked face.
Yeah, exactly.
I never saw that coming.
Yeah. Like, what? The person who writes pro-military?
I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, something that somebody was talking about on one of the podcasts that I listened to is he does a lot of work with covering revolutions and things like that. And one of the things he said is that like nationalism is kind of a double-edged sword, because when you have something as big as the United States, nationalism is a danger. Yeah. Like it's something that ends up hurting other people. But when you are the oppressed person trying to fight back, nationalism is something that is valuable and helps you continue pushing forward. He's like, we've
Right.
seen some really great stuff, or not really, we've seen change happen because of nationalism, and we've seen awful things happen because of nationalism.
Right.
So
Honestly, like Rebecca Yarros she didn't have the worst take that I've seen of any author. It was very much trying to just be neutral and being like, I don't actually know what I'm talking about. So
yeah.
but in doing that, and like if you follow Mari from My Name is Marnez,
I do.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok this morning and it was just like if you're being neutral, you're siding with the oppressor.
You're siding with the oppressor. Yes. Yes, that is exactly. It's being able to be neutral in situations like these, being able to be neutral with politics, it's a privilege.
Right.
So it's not the people who are affected do not have the privilege of being neutral. Or hiding behind it's complicated when it is not complicated. You don't have to look much further than the numbers.
Right.
To realize
I think it's complicated.
What's happening.
It's complicated especially like in Rebecca's like upbringing, because I would imagine that she was taught very similar to the way that we were.
Yeah.
And so anytime you say Israel is the bad guy, you have to, or is like,
well, it's a very interesting thing because we're taught that, but then we're also religiously waiting for the destruction of Israel.
Right.
So, no, I was talking more about the situation. There are parts of it that are complicated.
Yeah.
When it comes to the fighting and what's going on there, and the fact that we're dealing with a genocide, that's not complicated.
No.
That's the fact that people are coming in and taking people's homes and people are being killed just for staying on the land that they live, that they were born on, is not complicated.
I think that the minute they bomb a hospital, it is not complicated.
I mean, so I've been following this for years, and without fail, during some of the Muslim holy days, you will see at least one mosque in Palestine get raided and people get beaten and tortured by the IDF.
Right.
It happens every year. So
but the minute that you bomb a hospital with children in it,
place of worship has children in it too.
That's true. But it's not, that part's not complicated.
They dropped, I think, 6 days more bombs than we dropped in the entirety of being in Iraq.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah,
but I can understand the complications of how we were brought. It's loud. We were brought up in this thought process.
That's a completely different
thing based on Israel. So there's just a lot of deconstructing you have to do.
Yeah, no, that's I understand that part. I just the situation itself is not complicated. I think finding out the solution is going to be something that people have to navigate carefully, but we're not even close to there yet right now. So,
no. All right. Should we do another sprint?
Yes.
On that note, we'll stop talking about that.
Stop getting on things we can't change at the moment.
Correct. Which is the problem.
But call your representatives if you're in the U.S.
Uh-huh.
Make them unhappy.
Or Canada.
Yeah.
All right. Then I haven't
seen much about what Canada's reaction has been. I've seen a lot about the U.S. and Great Britain.
The only reason I was watching Kayla's vlog, and she was talking about
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're not representative, but you know what I mean. Whatever that house is called. All right. I will see you all in 45 minutes. Hello, welcome back. I got to 27% of Midnight is the Darkest Hour. And it's very different. So I'm like reading this and Black Sheep together, and they're both like about religious communities, and they're all very different. Like it's a very different take on it. So reading them simultaneously may not have been the smartest idea, but it's also an interesting way to compare and contrast. So, how did your sprint go?
What's an interesting way to compare and contrast?
Reading these two books at the same time, because they're both about religious communities, but they're going about it in very different ways.
Okay. I read some part of the book.
Good job.
I mean, it's 84%.
Nice. You could maybe finish that tonight.
I might. I want to.
Nice.
I'm on page 412, I think it is.
How did your sprint go, Rainey?
It went with no reading. And cleaning instead, and still trying to organize and figure out dinner. So it was a productivity.
There you go.
Also, when you were saying that Midnight in the Darkest Hour is so different, I feel like all her books are drastically different from the one before. Like, if you have In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which is way different.
This is the first one I've read from her.
Oh, well, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife is just a very campy, like, dark academia book. And then the Last Housemaid is like an extremely dark, culty, trigger warning heavy book. And then this one, I guess, is different than that one. So
Yeah.
There's all vastly different.
There you go. All right. Well, hello, Sherry. I think that was going to be our last sprint because it's been 3 hours and now I've been on sprints for 7 hours and I'm tired.
Makes sense.
You know, read 40 pages, 72% complete. I wasn't sure. I was like halfway through the sprint. I was like, maybe I do one more. And then I was like, nah. I think
Nah.
Also, I'm getting hungry and I kind of want to make dinner. So, if anyone's looking for good disability rep, Lois McCaster Bujold is fantastic. Very progressive, especially considering when they were written. That's cool.
Nice.
Ah. Hello, joining that sprint, 208 pages into my book called Scorched. Very nice. All right.
Nice.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us today, guys, both this
You're
morning
welcome.
and this afternoon. I got a lot done. Not quite as much as I would have wanted to, but like, it's enough. I can call this a productive day.
I got it. Nice.
So, there will be sprints on Cal's channel on Monday. You're doing sprints tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow at 11 Eastern time.
Yeah. And you should also go check out the Get a Clue Readathon and join Professor Plum.
Yes. And there will be a recommendations video out tomorrow after Rainey finishes filming it. Because I filmed half of it last night and my camera died.
Oh,
no.
And I did one out tomorrow too. My footage got corrupted, so I had to refilm it.
What is your rec video?
I'm tier ranking every book of the month book that I've ever read.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's a fun way to do that.
I'm just recommending BIPOC and LGBTQ books, and then
nice.
Whatever the bonus things are for prompts.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Nice.
I asked the team which one they would want, which of the bonus prompts they wanted recommendations for, and most people said book of the month because they either weren't subscribed or the country doesn't like have it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
But for some reason, my there's one memory card that keeps glitching. And
maybe I should also put graphics in the Discord for book of the month. Maybe I'll do
There's so many though.
I know, like maybe I'll just put a few for each. Like if you're really stumped, here are some.
You could also just like put the website.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could put ones that you personally recommend.
I feel like
Yeah.
even the website though doesn't show every book they have though, because like I'll search for a book sometimes to be like, oh, I wonder if Book of the Month has ever had it, but like it was like really hard to find. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a great user. The app is better, but this website is not super user friendly.
Yeah.
Yes. That is the correct team. That is the correct team. Also, apparently, we're the biggest team. So,
Oh, by far. By far.
we're coming in with blue team power.
We're a smaller team to help people like Mr. Green and Miss White.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like once we start putting out our recommendation videos, it might even out a little bit. Or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scarlet is also a pretty big team, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the second biggest. And then the rest of them are pretty much all around the same.
Well, their hosts just need to do a better job recruiting.
Clearly.
I'm not going to apologize that I recruited hard.
Well, you also just have all your little chaos gremlins.
I did bring my chaos gremlins.
I know, I've been seeing all the threads and it's quite funny.
Did you bring those chaos gremlins though?
No, Brittany did.
Oh.
No, I got the manga chaos gremlins.
Yes. Very
Nice. Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
So you'll have the winning team.
Yeah. Especially with the BIPOC bonus again.
Mm-hmm.
I got the next pair of pants cut out, had dinner, and finished the book. And I cried again. Oh, well, I'm so sorry, but I hope it was good crying. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I got for you today. Go hang out with Margaret tomorrow. And then you can come hang out with us again on Monday.
I also finally posted a video, so I'll have 2 videos up for October.
nice.
Oh, no kidding.
I mean, I'm averaging about 2 videos a month right now. That's fine. It's fine.
You get this. As long as you're doing your lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Well, have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.